take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Oh, tell him I'm gone. Oh, tell him I'm gone. And if he asks you, was I running? If he asks you, was I running? If he asks you, was I running? Tell him I was flying. Oh, tell him I was flying. It killed John Henry. This old hammer, Lord, killed John Henry. This old hammer killed John Henry. Lord, it couldn't kill me. No, it couldn't kill me. So I don't want no cornbread and molasses. I don't want no cornbread and molasses. I don't want no cornbread and molasses. It hurts my pride. It hurts my pride. So take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer, ha, and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain. Yeah, and tell him I'm gone. And tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Thank you. So I was like, it was a work song. We'd sing it, hammering, driving spikes into the rails. So that yah that you heard me do. They would say that in between each line, you know. Didn't even need an instrument, you know. It would just be a singing thing. We could try it. You want to try that? Yeah. So after every line, and sing it with me too. Sing the lines, and we all say. And you can raise your hand and say, "Yeah." I mean, we don't have like hammers, otherwise we'd be swinging them. Let's try it. So take this hammer, yeah, and carry it to the captain, yeah. I take this hammer, yeah, and carry it to the captain, yeah. I take this hammer, yeah, and carry it to the captain, yeah, and tell him I'm gone, yeah, tell him I'm gone, yeah. All right, I'll get the banjo right out. You get enough banjo around these parts, folks? I have to ask these days. I mean, usually the answer is no, but I notice that it's really going around these days, and everybody seems to have one. Can't get enough, huh? Well, that's good, that's good. It's important that you get your daily dose of banjo in your lives, folks. It's like a vitamin that you need. She didn't know you needed, but you know, like on the food pyramid? Remember that from school, from grade school? It's like grains and vegetables and dairy, and then there's banjo right below meat. Oh, thanks. When as an old Fort Worth in 1883, some old Mexican cowboy come stepping up to me, saying, "How you young fella, when would you like to go and to spend another season with me in Mexico?" I have no employment, back to him to say, "It's according to your wages, according to your pay." Said, "I'll pay to you good wages, and often to you know, if you spend another season with me in Mexico." Headed to this cowboy, offered him my hand, but he gave a string of horses so old they couldn't stand, and I nearly starved to death, boys. I mean to let you know that I never saved a dollar in those hills of Mexico. Started it on that steamboat back to Nicole. How them bells they did ring, those whistles did blow. How them bells they did ring, those whistles did blow. On that God-forsaken fortune in those hills of Mexico. Thank you.
All right. Willie Watson. Willie Watson in the Workshop Barn, Mexican Cowboy from the new record,
Yeah.
Folk Singer Volume 1. Is there going to be Volume 2?
I would imagine. I would hope so. We've got, you know, we recorded a lot of stuff in that first session, so there's some leftover stuff, and but you know, the songs change. I imagine we want to try to record some of that stuff again. So.
And these songs, they live forever. I mean, a lot of people have a kind of a linear approach to music as far as old and new. And the thing about your record is they're all traditional songs, which are going to be here now, then, forever, because they live forever.
Yeah.
And there are a million variations.
Sure.
Like Mexican Cowboys, Buffalo Skinners as well.
Right.
Yeah, John Henry, a million versions of that.
Right. There are a lot of versions of these songs.
Is that what attracts you to the traditional songs?
What attracted me to these songs? I don't know. I mean,
You had to choose like 12 or 15 for the album.
Oh, these songs for the record, specifically. Oh, okay. you know, like I said, we recorded a bunch. We did about 25, maybe close to 30. And I was just sort of thinking of anything that I had known over the past couple years or any songs that I was maybe interested in playing. I mean, the sessions were very relaxed, and it was just like, okay, you know, the last few songs you did were in A, and then you played one in G. And we've been here for 2 days. You don't know any songs in C? So I was like, all right, I got to play a song in C, in the key of C. And like, I wasn't necessarily going to think of something like that, you know, like whatever song I was going to play, but it ends up going on the record, you know.
And you made it with Dave Rawlings.
Yeah. And that's his sort of deal. He's really good at like tricking you in a little bit into getting the best results. Yeah.
We'll see another song for you.
Times ain't now nothing like they used to be. No, times ain't now nothing like they used to be. Oh, I'm telling you the truth, Lord, now take it from me. I done seen better days, but I'm putting up with these. I done seen better days, I'm putting up with these. I could have a much better time if you girls weren't so hard to please. 'Cause I was born in the country, she thinks I'm easy to rule. 'Cause I was born in the country, she thinks I'm easy to rule. She wanna hitch me to a wagon, she wanna drive me like a mule. How you want me to love you when you keep on treating me mean? How do you want me to love you? You keep on treating me mean. You're my daily thought and my nightly dream. Now I bought the groceries and I paid the rent. Lord, I bought the groceries and I paid the rent. Tried to make me wash her clothes, but I got good common sense. I'll give you sugar for sugar, let you get salt for salt. I'll give you sugar for sugar, you get salt for salt. If you can't get along with me, it's your own damn fault. Sometimes I think that you're too sweet to die. Sometimes I think that you're too sweet to die. And another time I think you ought to be buried alive. Cause times ain't now nothing like they used to be. No, times ain't now nothing like they used to be. I'm telling you the truth, Lord, now take it from me. Sing an old gospel number here. It's not Sunday, though, right? It's only Saturday. It's all right, we can get ready for tomorrow morning. So glad I done got over. So glad I done got over. I said I'm so glad I done got over. I made it over at last. Satan is mad, but I'm so glad I made it over at last. He missed a soul he thought he had. I made it over at last. I told my mother before she died, sure, she said, take Jesus for your guide. And if you trust him, man, never doubt, God Almighty surely gonna bring you out. So glad, Lord, yes I did, done made it over. I'm so glad, yeah, I made it over now. I made it over, yes I did, over at last, yes I did. So glad I made it over at last. Oh, he missed a soul he thought he had. I made it over at last. Yes, I did. So glad I done made it over. So glad, yeah. I made it over now. I made it over, yes, I did. Over at last. Yes, I did. Over at last, yes I did. Over at last, yes I did.
All
Thank
right. Willie Watson. Willie, what was that song?
It's called So Glad.
And the first one was James Alley Blues, one of my favorite
James Alley
all-time
Blues.
songs. I think
Yeah.
probably the best song off of that anthology, the Harry Smith collection.
Yeah.
Is that where you first heard it?
I think that's where I first heard
Yeah.
it. I mean, when I first started listening to this music, I got that Harry Smith anthology. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I think it's called the American Anthology of Folk Music. It was a real big deal when it came out. Harry Smith was a music enthusiast and collector of old records, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Now, you have played in a group form for a very long time, and now you're playing up here by yourself. It's very different for you, I can imagine.
Yeah, definitely a different thing altogether.
How you taking to it?
But at this point, I think I've kind of figured it out, and I'm still figuring stuff out every day, every show. You know, the more I do it, the more I sort of learn what to do. I mean, it's just thing. It's totally different. You're with a band, and you're up there with a bunch of guys, and you know, and everyone's not necessarily looking right at you all the time. You know that there's might be some other attention spread around the stage. Of course, you want everyone to be looking at you. But now that they are, it was a little scary.
I know you've said that with Old Crow, it's very much a group environment, and people, the audience sometimes dictated some of the material as far as the up-tempo dance, faster numbers.
Sure.
And when you're playing like this, it's more of a listening experience, I think, for everybody.
It can be. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, it's sort of supposed to be. But a lot of, I mean, that's the thing is, I'll start the set off, and it's kind of up-tempo, and it starts to be a little bit of a one-man, like, party show, party band. And that's how Old Crow was, you know, and we would try to sing our sort of more ballady type songs and our softer songs, and sometimes it wouldn't go over as well. People wanted to keep on partying, you know, so we just sort of stuck to that. But yeah, with this, the listening rooms that I'm playing are great, and like this sort of size, like the Station Inn in Nashville, and the Down Home in Johnson City, Tennessee, and stuff like that. Those rooms have been really wonderful. So, yeah.
How about some more music?
Okay. It's the story of Long John Dean. Did you ever hear the story about Long John Dean? That bold bank robber from Bowling Green. They took him to the jailhouse the other day, and late last night he made his getaway. But he's long gone from old Kentucky. Long gone, got away lucky. He's a long gone, that's what I mean. Long gone from Bowling Green. They offered a reward to bring him back. They even put the bloodhounds on his track. But the doggone bloodhound lost his scent. Now nobody knows where Long John went. But he's long gone from old Kentucky. Long gone, got away lucky. He's a long gone, that's what I mean. Long gone from Bowling Green. Well, I never will forget till the day I die. I played a game of love when the woman held high. So it's heads you win and tails I lose. Lord, she had the ace and I had the deuce. But as long gone from old Kentucky, long gone, got away lucky. As long gone, that's what I mean. Long gone from Bowling Green. As long gone from old Kentucky, long gone, got away lucky. As long gone, that's what I mean. Long gone from Bowling Green. Thank you. Keep on going. So I'll sing one that I wrote that sounds like these old songs. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have known the difference. But in the same sort of tradition that these songs came about in the first place, this is one of those cases where you like steal an old melody from a song that you already love and put some new words to it. And maybe not necessarily intentionally. We wrote this song, a friend and I, an old friend, to a whole nother tune. We wrote it to the tune of Dixie. And then ended up switching it over to this other tune. Anyway, little backstory. It's called the Birmingham Mill now. One fair girl with fine yellow hair, wildflower of the West Country, locked one night for a stormy ride on a winding road to the east. One fair girl at the Birmingham Mill for $1.50 times 3. See the spinning wheels turn, she is young, but she'll learn with her slender white hands to weave. Well, smokestacks in a row, 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 and a girl of 5 times 3. Hear the mill boss patrol and the factory bells toll, and the girls look as sad as can be. And she cried for her home country. One little spark set a light to a flame, and the fire climbed through to the eaves. And the roof it crashed, and the girls all dashed, and they all cried, oh God, please. And she crawled on her hands and her knees. At the Birmingham mill where the wildflowers grow round the grave of a girl so fair, see the lily bells bloom round her cold marble tomb, and they come in the spring of the year. Thank you. All right, this seems to have been one of everybody's favorites. It's a dirty song. I think it's a dirty song, folks. I'm not sure what this song's about half the time. So if you can figure it out. But if you listen close, there's a little bit of dirt in there. Couldn't get across. Jumped on your papa cause I thought he was a horse now. Ride him over, give him a Coca-Cola, lemon soda, sauce of ice cream, take soap and water, boy, to keep it clean. Turn her up, she jumped, down she fell, her mouth flew open like a mussel shell now. Ride her over, give her Coca-Cola, lemon soda, sauce of ice cream, take soap and water, but I keep it clean. So if you wanna get to heaven when you D.I.E., you got to put on your collar and your T.I.E. now. Ride him over, give him a Coca-Cola, lemon soda, sauce of ice cream, take soap and water, powder, keep it clean. So if you wanna get that rabbit out the L.O.G., you got to put on a stump like a D.O.G. now. Ride him over, give him a Coca-Cola, lemon soda, sauce of ice cream, take soap and water, for to keep it clean. Woo. Run here, doctor, run here fast. Tell me what's the matter with the yes, yes, yes now. Ride him over, give him a Coca-Cola, lemon soda, sauce of ice cream, take soap and water, for to keep it clean now. Take soap and water, for to keep it clean.
All right. Willie Watson.
Thank you.
Keep It Clean from the brand new record, Full Singer Volume 1. The old Charlie Jordan song.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you dig for records?
Yeah, sometimes if I have the time.
I know that Joe Bassard had that song on some comp some time ago.
Yeah, I think that I hadn't heard that until pretty recently. It was on that Joe Bussard Down in the Basement, I think.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe's a whole nother story, a whole nother conversation for that.
Yeah, right,
but
right.
I think you had a father that had a lot of records, and maybe that's where you discovered a lot of music when you were younger.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a big music fan. I mean, he's a child of the '60s and grew up listening to the Rolling Stones and everything that was popular during the day. He was a big Neil Young fan, so we had a lot of Neil Young records. So I got into Neil at a pretty early age, and he had some like bluegrass records and some blues stuff down there. Trying to think. Like Herb Peterson, that whole scene, and Chris Hillman and those guys, and like, because he was into the like Flying Burrito Brothers and stuff, so he kind of got into it through that and listening to like Emmylou Harris's bluegrass records. But there was a few cool records down there. There was a Leadbelly record down there that I've been talking about here.
Yeah,
and there,
can you talk about discovering Leadbelly?
Yeah, it was just this record that was in the basement, and it was cool. It was like just his face painted with this like orange skyline behind him, and it's just intriguing. And I'd heard a little bit about Leadbelly. I don't know if it was just familiar. It just felt like I'd known about it. But Kurt Cobain talked about it on that Unplugged thing that Nirvana did on MTV. So I knew that was down there. I went in, and I checked it out.
I love your version of Midnight Special.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm basically like, if I could just stand up here and sing Leadbelly songs like for an hour, I would just do that.
Do you want to do Midnight
Well,
Special?
oh yeah, I can do Midnight Special, sure.
Let's do that. Then we'll open up to some Q&A.
Okay, cool. I yonder come Miss Rosie. How in the world do you know? Well, I knows about your apron and the dress she wore, umbrella on her shoulder, a piece of paper in her hand. Well, she going to see the governor? Turn loose of my man, let the midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Now when you get up in the morning, when that big bell rings, you go marching to the table. It's the same damn thing. Knives and forks are on the table. Ain't nothing in my pen. You say anything about it. Have trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Well, jumping little Judy, she was a mighty fine gal. And Judy brought jumping to this whole round world. Well, she brought it in the morning, just a while before day. She brought me the news that my wife was dead, which started me to grieving. I done hollered and cried, then I begun to worry. Such a very long time, let the midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Houston. Boys, you better walk right, and you better not stagger, and you better not fight. Sheriff Brockton will arrest you. Okay, that boom will take you down, and you can bet your bottom dollar your penitentiary bound. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Thank you.
Midnight Special. Of all the train songs, that's going to be one of the best train songs ever, I think. Yeah.
Train song and a prison song
Yeah,
now.
associated with Sugarland Prison in Texas.
Well, yeah, sometimes he says Sugarland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard that the light shine on me was a promise of freedom for prisoners, that the train would run at night, and a prisoner would hope the light would shine on them as if a sign of freedom.
It's like a metaphorical thing.
Yeah.
The light of that train.
Great version.
Thanks.
How about some questions from the audience? Does anyone have a question for Willie Watson? Yeah. How about right over here?
So I may have missed this, you may have already talked about it, but what drew you to traditional music in the first place? And then maybe a little sub-question on that. Why do you think it is that traditional music has this timeless quality to it? Do you think there's an essence or an element in there that you could identify for us?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard for me to really identify what that essence is. I mean, I just know that at one point in my life, I heard that stuff and it moved me in a big way, more than any music I'd ever heard. And I was already on my way there. It's not like I was listening to Metallica and then one day heard Doc Boggs and was blown away. Through like what I was talking about in my dad's record collection and listening to a lot of Neil Young and then Bob Dylan. I listened to Neil Young. He would do his electric stuff, but he would a lot of acoustic stuff. There'd be a whole side of a record that was acoustic guitars, and I liked that. And I just, I was a kid, and I was like, oh, this guitar, that's the kind of guitar I want to play. This acoustic sounding thing. It sounded cool. It just was warm and inviting and nice. So that, of course, leads to Bob Dylan. And then you get to Woody Guthrie, and then you just keep going in backwards. If you're into it, and I don't want to say study it. If you love it and you want to listen to it, just listen to it. I guess it seems to be timeless. It is for me. I just know that it moves my body. I love singing it. Those are hard questions to answer. They're like these big, it's like the meaning of life. I have no idea.
Willie, who are your favorite contemporary traditional players?
Like really traditional guys.
They do traditional
just
songs.
Like straight up. Well, I mean, I like, I really like string band music, clawhammer banjo and old-time fiddle music. Like before bluegrass, it was just square dance. And there's, up in my hometown, upstate New York, there's a lot of old-time music up there. There's a banjo player named Richie Stearns. All those guys. Jeb Perrier is an amazing fiddler. This great gal named, used to play with this band, the Be Good Tanya's, Sam Parton. It's really one of my all-time favorites. I could go on.
And you played on Frank Fairfield's
that are
record.
here.
Yeah, Frank's last record you
Frank
were on.
Fairfield, that was a little brief day in a garage studio in Glendale, maybe.
Yeah. Any more questions from you guys? How about right there?
If you could pick any one musician from the past or present, or I suppose future, to play with, does any one person come to mind if you play with anybody?
I'd be afraid to play with most of these people. I'd be very intimidated. I don't know. Again, there's so many people. I would want to play music in one of those string bands, any of those guys. I'd like to just sit down with like the Skillet Lickers or Burnett and Rutherford or some of those guys and just play fiddle tunes. Maybe even play guitar. I'd want to play guitar with Burnett and Rutherford. Maybe play banjo on a few songs, if they let me. Yeah.
This is Willie Watson. The brand new record is called Folk Singer Volume 1. It's produced by Dave Rawlings. Are you on tour with Dave as well?
Oh yeah, the Dave Rawlings Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're out now, I think. Or...
Well, we've been out twice in the past year, and then we'll go out again in the fall.
Do you want to leave us with one last song?
Sure.
All right, it's great to have you here.
Yeah, absolutely. I played my usual closer, so we'll do an up-tempo song. Let's try this out. Now, like I said, I would be a Lead Belly cover band, if I could. But there's also this other fella, Bascom Lamar Lunsford, who you might have heard of, a North Carolina banjo minstrel song collector. And I sing a lot of his songs too. That Long John Dean, that's a Bascom Lamar Lunsford. Some others that aren't on the record. So I'll sing you one of my favorite of his. Oh, and it's another Hammer song, folks. We're bookending it with Hammer songs. It's out of Asheville, North Carolina. It's called the Swannanoa Tunnel. I'm going back to that Swannanoa Tunnel. That's my home, baby, that's my home. Asheville Junction, Swannanoa Tunnel. It's all caved in, baby, all caved in. Falling from my shoulder all day long, baby, all day long. And this old hammer rings like silver, shine like gold, baby, shine like gold. You can take this hammer, throw it in the river. It'll shine right on, baby, shine right on. When Riley Gardner killed my partner, but he couldn't kill me, baby, he couldn't kill me. And Riley Rambler killed Jack Ambler, but he couldn't kill me, baby, he couldn't kill me. And where you hear that watchdog howling, there's somebody round, baby, there's somebody round. And the way you hear that old hoot owl squalling, somebody died, baby, there's somebody died. Well, one of these days I'll see that woman. That's no dream, baby, that's no dream. That's no dream, baby, that's no dream. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.